His Holiness is asking where the nuns who were debating were from. So these nuns do not belong to any particular monastery, it seems. They live in Dharamsala. And one of them is Japanese. And there is another Westerner, a Spanish lady. So I'd like to congratulate you who did the debate. It's been very good that you've studied well. Since we came to exile, in the monasteries, especially in the nunneries, where they used to only do tantric rituals in the past, but not study philosophy and debate and logic. So there were many of these nunneries and monasteries in Tibet who did only that. And of course, nunneries didn't really used to have any study of logic and philosophy. So this has been our kind of a custom in Tibet, that the nunneries didn't have any program for debate and logic, study of logic. So for hundreds of years we have lived like that. So do we need to keep this tradition, continue with it or not? You have to check whether that, even if it's a tradition or custom, whether it's something which is beneficial or something which is a drawback. You have to think about it. So this, in case of this, it's a drawback. And therefore, after coming to exile, monasteries like Namgyal Monastery and also Gyudu and Gyume Tantric colleges, where they didn't used to have any study of logic, philosophy, and also the nunneries with regard to the bhikshuni ordination, it has to be done according to the Vinaya. So it has to be done according to the Vinaya, and also to the discussion done by the Vinaya holders. But we can definitely do the study of logic and philosophy, and that has been so far very fruitful. That it has been done in the nunneries, and then in the recent years we have I have asked people to study if they are really interested in Buddhism, its theory and practice. They have to do studies. So Buddhism is talking about cultivating happiness through study and practice, not just through prayers. In our homes, we do arrange an altar and do prayers. So this kind of Buddhism, with regard to practice of Buddhism and getting the experience, it's not just it doesn't come through prayers. So we're talking about purifying our mind of all the negativities, which has to come through study and practice. It doesn't come just through a mere faith. Blind faith is not enough for that, but we have to cultivate faith based on reason. So if you don't see the reason to do Dharma practice, and if you don't really understand it, then your faith would be just blind faith. So the faith in Buddhism has to be generated based on reason. And therefore, I have urged people to study Buddhism, to the Tibetans as well as people in the Himalayan regions who have the same kind of cultural tradition as Tibet. And even I also asked the Chinese who take interest in Buddhism, and people from Korea and Japanese. We have one Japanese here today, and also Vietnamese. So whoever has interest and faith in Buddhism, where Buddhism is their traditional religion, I have been urging them to study Buddhism. Spanish in Spain, the majority religion is, the main religion is that of Catholicism. So the Spanish here is an exception. So that she has taken interest in Buddhism, and particularly has taken interest in studying logic and debate. So with regards to the procedure of debate, we used the terms like tell and cheat and all this, like so with regard to logic, it is something which is common to Buddhism and non-Buddhist. So in general, logic is something common to Buddhists and non-Buddhists, just as we have other sciences like arts and crafts and so forth. So with regard to this logic, when we study it in connection with Buddhism, we do not. We do study it in connection with Buddhism and not with other subjects. So perhaps if we could innovate system studying logic in connection with other subjects, perhaps we could innovate in the world using this logic in connection with other subjects. This could be something new. So the procedure of debate and study of logic, even if you're not Buddhist, you can study. You should study it. So if we could add this to our subjects, curriculum in schools, perhaps it could be an innovation. So as I have been urging people to study logic and debate, accordingly, from amongst the lay people, you have started a program study. So I've seen some progress in it, which was very good. I congratulate you. So gradually, if we could use it, this system of debate and logic in all kinds of subjects that we study, it would be an example to the world at large. So we have to keep this in mind. It's a goal. So whether we are able to accomplish it or not is a different matter, but it's possible. You have to keep it in mind that it's something possible that we can accomplish. So when we do debate, perhaps we have to, it's a point to consider whether we need really to stand up and stamp our feet and clap our hands when we debate. If the kids, school kids, were to do this in class, perhaps it would be a problem for the students who are a little bit timid in class. So for me, this is the case. Whereas if I sit and do debate by snapping my hands, then it's easier for me. So for the students in schools, I don't know if they need to stand up and stamp their feet on the ground and clap their hands. Whether that's necessary or not, I don't know. But we can have this kind of debate by sitting on a chair. Perhaps one student could give answer, the rest of them class could ask questions without having to stand up.